Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament brought to you by CGL. We are here in week number 1 with the conclusion of our Tier 2 matchup between Dankuility and Apollo. That matchup was forced to be rescheduled. Map 1 played on Tuesday there on Lijiang Tower. Apollo coming in with a 1-0 lead here in today's map. My name's Bullskunk, joined by ChefBilly here in the booth. Billy, how are we feeling today?
Oh man, super hype. A little bit of the tickle in the throat that got me a little scared for the Rona gone. No more fever as well. So I'm feeling really good. Very excited to be in here tonight because we do have this continuation of the match we had from Tuesday evening. Little baby was mad that dad wasn't there to be around. So that's all taken care of. I got the word from the team that the baby is doing just fine. So
I'm certainly glad to hear that. Yeah, I think if Dankuility can tighten up their discipline on their support ults and get back to that aggression we saw in their very first map, they've definitely got a chance here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the play that we saw, once again, if you mention out that they the aggression that they showed, they went back into kind of a passive shell onto the points. When they took it, keep the aggression up, and you're going to keep it in their face, and you're going to allow Apollo to dictate the terms on how these team fights are going to go. I think that was the thing that Apollo was just dictating. They was just, this is our way, this is our map, we're going to take. And I think that's what the biggest difference between the two teams there so far has been.
Agreed. One other notable difference, we saw Apollo sticking with the D.Va there for the entirety of Map 1 in Lijiang Tower, with Dankuility opting to go the Zarya route. Now, Psychotic was definitely doing work on that Zarya. I'll be looking to see if they continue that today, although it does look like we're getting a little bit of a lineup change here coming into Hollywood and Map 2. Who are Dankuility subbing in?
It looks like that Pink Mystify is going to go ahead and go into the DPS slot. And a Sibzor, who was their star DPS for the first map of this match, he's now gone over to the tank role. So Psychotic and Sibzor on the tank line may be a bit of a shore up. It may be more people are available to play this game as well, because we do have a bit of we do have some subs there for both teams. So this is good news. Yeah, I think this is going to be a completely different match because I think they may have the lineup in there that they really want to have. So week 1 still the nasty hero bans that we're dealing with right now, and we'll get into week 2 hero bans at some point during the broadcast tonight because they just came out today.
Yep.
And OMFG. Bad. 6 of them. But I do have the ready up from both captains. They are raring to go. And so I think we're going to go ahead and send it in to Hollywood.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's get into it. Let's head to sunny California. And of course,
yes,
we do have those hero bans in effect. For this week, we're litting at no Sigma, no Roadhog, no Brig, and no Doomfist are going to be your hero bans coming into tonight's matchup. So it'll be interesting to see how our teams are able to work around that and still execute their game plans.
Yeah, I think that the Ryan Zarya is a very good pick right now. But on the other side, Apollo did run the D.Va, and the D.Va ate not only a Blizzard but also a Grav in the recontest on Lijiang Tower in the night market. So that was a big play coming out from Apollo. So let's see if they can keep it up here. Apollo's going to be going on the attack here, and we will get into Hollywood right now.
Yeah, showstopper on that flex tank roll. Really coming up big there for Apollo. Moving on over to the Zarya here. From what they're showing us right out of the gate, we'll see if he sticks with our favorite beaten hero, as they do have about 17 seconds to change their mind. Meanwhile, Dankuility on the defense here, bringing out the Ryan Zarya as well. Provi, one of the new members in their lineup here on map 2, going over to the May with Pink Mystify, another new DPS, going to the Soldier. We open things up on Hollywood. All right, we did get it ready up. It looks like we still haven't had a character selection coming out of Panini there for Apollo. Do we need to verify with our teams?
I am going to go ahead and verify right now while we go through this.
Now, the captains did give us a ready up. We were in the clear to get this match started. Not sure if they perhaps had a miscommunication with one of their own teammates, but it does look like Apollo is coming in 5v6 here as we get things started. So, verifying. We don't need a pause right out of the gate.
They have asked for a pause. I'm trying to get both teams to back up.
Yeah, we need to. You got to make sure we're not in a team fight. Okay, Apollo's going to go ahead and engage the team fight. as they did get an opening pick here.
Panini did go ahead and pick a hero, so we are in this.
All right, we're going to stick with it. I like the tenacity coming out of Apollo here. They're not letting the disadvantage just sway them in any way. They're going to keep moving in. Veritasium coming up with 2 big picks there on the Moira, getting that all-important kill onto the Mercy as Apollo looked to be in full control at this point despite their slow start out of the gate. ChefBilly back in here on the Reinhardt with the Ana trying to stall out for as long as they can, but Apollo's going to go ahead and invest in an early Graviton into the mix, clean those 2 characters up, and they will get point A unlocked for us here.
Yeah, that was absolutely a massively quick grab coming from Showstopper.
Yeah, huge stuff, and they've also got Not Gold with the Ninja has that blade online, ready to go. Pull that sword out just at the right time. Pink Mystify on the Soldier, going to get a nice early pick onto Panini. Clear in the skies, allow Dankuility a little room to work. Oh, and a beautiful sleep dart coming out from Frenchie. Was able to knock down the Genji, but he gets right back up, puts the sword to face, finds that final blow. Now turning his attention onto the Zarya there, but kills traded out. Apollo have lost their mercies. They're looking to push into the start of point B here. Graviton Surge coming out from the defense. But they have lost their Reinhardt. Dankuility have lost their Zarya as well. And I think this will be Apollo just storming on through point B.
Yeah, I mean, amazing little sleep dart coming out of Frenchie, but yeah, Not Gold was not going to be dissuaded there, and he actually cleaved the face of the Ana there. I think that you want to have that that Graviton Surge back for Psychotic, because that is such a massive game-changing ult, grouping everybody up, and I think it was maybe a little bit of a panic. Why? Once again, we saw that a couple times in the first map. Here's another grab coming out from Showstopper.
Counter shatter from the other side. Able to find one at the end. DPS blows traded out from both sides. Now, the tank line of Dankuility was trying to get aggressive there, but just ran into so much damage from Apollo. They were able to catch that aggression, put it in check, and send it right back, launching an Earth Shatter of their own and cleaning up the back of Streets phase here. Apollo in full control, full steam ahead for this payload.
Yeah, and Panini right now is not being checked by Pink Mystify on the Soldier for Dankuility, and it is a spawn camp session right now. ChefBilly might be able to get out there. The Nano Boost is going to be invested into him.
Counterpunch coming back from the barrage from Apollo, though, takes out the Zarya as he came out the door. The Reinhardt managed to get out there and put up a little bit of fight, but not much of one is inmate. On that, Reinhardt coming through for Apollo, finding 3 big kills, solidifying 2 points on the board here for the attacking team.
Yeah, and I mean, that was just very, very nasty work from all of the members of the Apollo team there. They went ahead and just said, you know what, we're just going to aggress into you. We're going to take what you got, drop a barrage, and that was only just one ultimate dropped into that fight. So Ultimate's coming up online for Apollo here. You've almost got a 5-pack or a 4-pack online. You do have the all-important Blizzard for Provi here. On the side of Experienced Dankuility, Rez does come out for the Lucio on the Frenchie, and whole team's ready to go here.
ChefBilly with a brave charge to start things off. Despite having the bubble, it does get punished. Blizzard comes out from the defense. Earthshiner to counter back from the other side. But the Soldier Tac Visor coming through from Pink Mystify, trying to tilt this balance here. Picks up 1 kill. Coalescence in response coming out of Apollo as the Res coming through. No Res there. But the Coalescence! 3 burned down by Veritasium on that Moira, able to fade back into safety at just the right time. And both healers there as they continue this assault into the back of point 3. Showstopper coming up with a big pick onto the counterpart, Zarya. And once again, Apollo dictating the pace of this fight, chasing the members of Dankuility all the way back into the front of their spawn. Not Gold going to go ahead and throw the blade in just for good measure. And with over 3 minutes on the clock, 3 points on the board here for Apollo.
Yeah, that was just very, very, very there. Even with a 5v6 situation in the beginning of the map, they still were able to aggress onto point A and absolutely clean it up. Showstopper right now is cleaning clock on the Zarya. Also, Veritasium, come forth, young lady. That Moira play, she got so many multi-kills with the Coalescence. That was the second multi-kill Coalescence that she got throughout the map here. Maybe a little bit. Yes, Moira?
We're just halfway done with it.
We're just halfway done.
That was just in an attack phase.
And I'm getting a little bit of giggles from Veritasium in the captain's chat here about the do we need to pause? And she said, never mind, LOL. So big stuff coming from Veritasium. Sense of humor still there. So defense for Apollo, the same thing's coming out, except we do have swapping over to a different hero here, as I'm not going to say it in the setup phase. So not to give it away. However, we are looking on the side of Experienced Dankuility. We have a bit interesting comp coming out. I don't like to mention what they are until they come out, but this is a pretty unique setup.
We've got a 3-minute delay here. It would take some real detective work for them to figure it out here in this phase. And it is going to have a Genji as well as that Torbjorn there on the defense. As Dankuility coming out of spawn, they're gonna use a little bit of Winston here. I like what they're showing us. This is a creative approach. We'll see what they have in store for us here as they're coming in on their attack run.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of a dive-ish.
Dive-ish. I like that.
A dive-ish flavor to this. Oh no, Psychotic goes down early to the Genji. A couple of shurikens to the back of his head as he's trying to exit out of that.
And Pink Mystify still stuck in enemy lines there and is going to get dropped and staggered off as well. So far, Apollo looking very strong on their defense. What do you think is the reasoning behind this Winston? Are they looking to counter the Genji here?
I think they are trying to counter the Genji. Genji was in their backline the entire attack phase there. And, no reason to not expect it there for the second time because there was absolutely zero counter to it. Look at Panini over here on the left side, being a little sneaky.
Running into the back line, throwing the hammer in the mix, trying to hammer down that Arisa, but that's a large target there, Panini. Our favorite Swede goes down. And now it is going to be Coalescence coming out from the offense as they have a one-man advantage, looking to push in and see if they can get a point on the board. Hulk coming out, see if they can follow that up. Shields are there. No damage coming through on Apollo on the back of that. Pink running hand in hand with the Reinhardt there. You just turn a little bit to your left. There's a Reinhardt just waiting for those shotguns. But he was desperate to try to save Sibzor on the Arisa, and no such luck. Now a Nano Boost coming onto the Winston as they look to try to get aggressive here on the side of Dankuility. Throwing that cleave into the mix. Finds a kill onto the Mercy, but he goes down to the Torb. In fact, Torb picking up a pair of kills on that, and that's going to prompt Molten Core coming out from the defense. Blade from Not Gold as well. Not Gold just swinging on that fortified Arisa. That's a tough target. Eventually going to find that kill, and the defense of Apollo looking really strong so far.
Yeah, I mean, you've got less than 2 minutes now. You do have some. You do have the Primal Rage available for Psychotic online. You also are coming up close on a Death Blossom. Also, another Coalescence for Charismatic. Lots of healing going out from the Moira for Dankuility. Frenchie has actually made a swap over to the Baptiste to give a little bit more of a punch in the support department and prove it almost has that attack fighters ready. This could be a Y-Fest for everybody involved.
Well, it's going to be the Coalescence from the defense starting things off. Earth Shatter as well lands onto the Arisa as they try to put the pressure down. That Immortality Field does come out. Baptiste looking to be a good pick here so far. Psychotic throwing in Primal Rage. In fact, 3 ultimates coming out on the side of the offense. Stackvisor picks up 1. Primal picks up 1 as well. Here comes the Coalescence into the mix as Psychotic is sitting there trying to put pressure onto that front line. But the healing too great, and he's not able to find room to push in. Now his Arisa coming in and Psychotic diving into the back, see if he can have more luck back there, but no, finds nothing but death. As now Apollo pushing the aggression forward right up to the choke. Not Gold coming up with a big pick, and they are a torrent pushing through and running right over Dankuility here on the offense.
Oh man, poor Pruvia there on the May. Just got annihilated. There was a bit of a dance around her, and then the corpse just lying there. Once again, I'm gonna put it out there again. APL Showstopper on this Zarya is absolutely cleaving with the beam coming out, just getting grab after grab.
Oh, Not Gold! Waiting like the sneaky ninja he is. Just sits in the back, waits for them to drop that Amp Matrix, and then here comes the Genji Blade. Swipe, 3 kills go down. And suddenly, Dankuility finding themselves at the wrong side of this disadvantage. And with just 5 seconds on the clock, I think it is clear sailing from here for Apollo. They can smell those 2 points. They can smell victory, and there it is. 2 points on the board. Hollywood going to Apollo.
Absolute class coming out from Apollo here in Hollywood. Basically no change from what happened on our match on Tuesday. They're just continuing to move forward. Once again, this is the APL Showstopper show right now. Look at this graph. Look at this graph that's getting ready to come out. This is the one that I was just calling. Filthy.
Filthy stuff.
Man, great play coming out from APL Showstopper and the entire Apollo squad. We will be coming back to you with Apollo up 2-0 right after these messages.
Ooh, welcome back, my friends, to the Console Overwatch multi-tier tournament. We are here in Week 1 with Apollo versus Dankuility here in this Tier 2 matchup. Apollo's up 2-0 at the half. Billy, can Dankuility get themselves back in this thing?
Absolutely, I think they can. It's just a matter of getting the right combination of who you're going to play, and seeing what the other team is running and making the proper chess match switches. I think that, as I've said before to many people, Overwatch is not only a first-person shooter game, but I think it's also not only the team aspect of it, it's also a chess map. I think it's tactics. So. I think it's the mind game that you have to think about. We were just talking about this. The either the stubbornness or the inability to play the Reinhardt on attack there was a little bit of a head scratcher for us. You would think going in with the Reinhardt on attack, that big blue rectangle of save me is what's needed to go in there, because the shielding was just not enough.
But we'll see. They have made some adjustments here as we're heading into map 3, going into Temple of Anubis for our assault map this evening. We have some subs coming in. Dankuility trying to make some changes, see if they can find the correct adjustments here. Who do we got coming in, Billy?
Well, it's more than it's more than a substitution. It's a substitution of roles, more than any personnel coming in. Sibzor is going back to the DPS role that he was playing on Tuesday, and now Provi is going onto the tank role. So I think that might be one of those chess matches that or chess moves that maybe will tilt it in their favor, because we saw Sibzor absolutely cracking out on DPS on Tuesday. So I think that maybe this move right now is what is needed, what is called for to get the teams back on even terms as we go into Anubis. It is 2-0 to Apollo. And, I just got the ready up. We had a bit of a battery issue for the main tank for Apollo, and Veritasium gave him a little hell there, saying,
well,
imagine still batteries.
It's console. We can't have assault without batteries.
Yeah.
All right. With that, let's get into map number 3 here.
I think that actually counts as one of those redeemed dad jokes
Did
out
that,
there.
Did that count?
I think it counts.
I think that was a freebie out there for you folks. Oh. Well, while the jokes are dirty, the play is clean here as we are headed into map number 3. And I don't mean dirty. Dirty isn't filthy. Just bad. Dirty puns. Smelly puns. We have got a little bit of a swap side, so we will get Apollo in the blue jerseys here, starting us off on the defense here in sunny Egypt. Looks like they're showing us a little Reinhardt Diva start things off. Panini sticking with the Torbjorn alongside a Junkrat to put the hurt down, with Ana and Moira to keep the team topped off and alive. And then Sibzor. I was talking to Charismatic a little bit before our match on Tuesday, and they said they absolutely rely on Sibzor in that DPS role to be their star player and to really open things up. So with Sibzor back in that DPS role in the Tracer, hopefully it can be the difference maker to get them back in this match.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at the defense. Here comes the Diva. Stoppa going on to my favorite off tank. Even though Zarya does shred, I think that the Diva right here is the damage mitigator. I think that she's able to get around the mobility that she has now with the 3-second cooldown, or 4-second cooldown now, on her boosters. That's going to be a big playmaker for the team.
Right now, the Tracer in the back line on the objective, hiding by many, forcing a couple members of the defense back there, including the Diva, as the front line of Dankuility is trying to push in through Mega on the far left side. Panini able to handle the flanker, but they lose a Junkrat, so 5v5 here on the point. Both teams missing one of their DPS. Countercharge coming out in the front line, and Psychotic eats a ton of damage coming out of the defense, and it looks like Apollo have managed to hold on here for the first assault. Now,
yes, And if you look, Sibzor right now is on a little flank here. That Torb turret from Panini right now is putting in so much work.
Yeah,
Good grief.
Not Gold able to finish off the kill there, but the turret just protecting that backline single-handedly. And man, those turrets can be such a menace to Tracer players out there.
You know, it really is, and you know, if I had my dithers about me, I love the builder comp. You know that I've said it a couple times in a couple of casts. I think, oh, that bomb coming in.
Oh, Showstopper! Dropping it over the top, landing it into the little side room here on the approach, picking off both the Zarya and the Baptiste. And that is going to single-handedly shut down this assault. Dankuility forced to fall back and reset here. Get those two members back. They can't go in without that Baptiste. They got the Immortality Field. They got the Ant Matrix. They've got to get the best value out of this ultimate as they can.
Indeed, and you know, popping the molten core here. Oh, big pick coming out for Sibzor with the pulse bomb on the inmate on the Reinhardt. This could be just what the doctor ordered for them to get into the point here.
It's a good start, and they've managed to get their feet planted, but both DPS going down early. A late Shatter coming in. It finds two, and he's going to find the kill on the Veritasium with that Shatter. But I don't know if Dankuility has the resources to finish this thing off. Indeed, it will be the defense coming out on top, but a small window of opportunity for the offense to push in here if they strike quick enough. Yeah, but
Inmate is already back on the point. He's already getting back into his trusty perch. The aforementioned turret of Panini is still wreaking havoc with poor Sibzor in the back line. I don't know what they're going to be able to do with that. Panini is now over there giving a little bit of hassle to great pulse bomb coming out from Sibzor, but I don't know if it had the impact that he thought it was really going to have.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, where you're getting that Ant Matrix coming out as the other 5 members of Dankuility looking to push in through Mega. Nice! Windscar coming through. That's a fire strike through that Ant Matrix. Finds the kill on the Ana, and what an important pick. Pink Mystify dropping that Tech Visor into the mix as well. Finds one, not done. Turning the attention onto the Torbjorn as Panini trying to escape out of there. Cannot find safety. Provi coming up with that pick. And it looks like we're finally seeing some signs of life out of Dankuility. Let's see if they can keep this going into point B.
Absolutely. That was a very, very well-placed amplification matrix from Frenchie Who. Frenchie just me ma. But, yeah, it was good stuff coming from them. The Fire Strike and followed up with a charge through it. I don't know if necessarily it's what the bomb not having much of effect there, not even taking out the immortality barrier for Frenchie Who. So there may be a chance for them to get a little bit of ingress here on the point.
Unfortunately, Sibzor goes down early. Panini on the Torbjorn once again winning that duel. And a man down. I think we might get a little bit of a reset here coming out of Dankuility. Now, I feel like I got to point out, they've got 4 ultimates online. They could snowball this thing, but they're running into 5 on the other side as well. We're going to get an ult extravaganza here once they get their members all regrouped here on the attack.
I mean, the old extravaganza, as you've got the old extravaganza could be very real. Panini is owning Sibzor right now on the Tracer. You got to think about maybe losing the ultimate and going to something a little bit more sturdy than the 150 HP Tracer right now, because you're just getting shut down way too much.
Yeah, it is not working for them at all, and I think we're getting a little bit of that stubbornness coming through on the side of Dankuility here, because Sibzor does not look to be making that swap. Despite losing that duel consistently. Nice ante coming through, and Not Gold finds an early pick as that whole group goes purple. And Not Gold just sitting up on that high ground, raining rockets from above. Tyre coming in and finds 3. Not Gold up on the Junkrat, making his presence known and putting the world of hurt down onto Dankuility. Now alone Reinhardt. Poor Reinhardt. Oh, Psychotic. Psychotic was not able to get away. And with just 2 minutes on the clock, Apollo, man, they have put a wall up here that Dankuility cannot seem to crack through.
Yeah, Psychotic, I think you lacked the critical information there, my friend, because that was nasty. You got staggered really hard there, buddy. I don't think there was anything you could really do about it either with that tire coming in and just wiping your team in front of your eyes. You barely got through with your life, and then it was just game.
Sibzor still sticking with this Tracer. We'll see if they're able to get any value off this Pulse Bomb. I mean, just one good Pulse Bomb could open this thing up. We'll see if this player can get in position here. All 6 online. How are Dankuility going to choose to use this? We're going to get the Coalescence to start things off. Both of those support ults coming in. The Pulse Bomb misses. 3 ultimates used and only 1 kill on the board here for the offense. We're going to get Coalescence coming out on the side of the defense here to keep that rest of the team in this game.
Eaton.
Oh, and a
Eaton
nice
down.
aid from Showstop. Shuts down yet another ultimate. That's 4 ultimates that have come out of Dankuility here on the offense. And not much to show for it. They've managed to get a kill and 1 turret. And that is about it as 4 ults invested. And this wall of Apollo, it has not been found out yet. Dankuility, you're going to have to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, I mean, he's already 65% to another pulse bomb. So, I mean, you got another chance at it. Pink Mystify does have that all-important tac visor ready to go. Pro V, man, you've got to watch for the diva. You have to read the diva in that experience as a main tank player, as an off tank player as well. You've got to gauge what's going on. You've got to see that she's got her DM available.
Bomb coming out on the side of the defense. Could have been dangerous as the Reinhardt was already making an aggressive flank all the way around outside. Psychotic going in for the flank. Shatter, that finds 5 people, but he gets slept. Now he's trying to follow up on it, but a Shatter coming out from the other side. Beautiful play coming out of Arcade on the Ana, or Arachne on the Ana, excuse me, able to keep the team alive through all of that. And now Apollo striking back, 7 seconds on the clock, as it looks like they have got Anubis wrapped around their finger here.
Head scratcher right there, because Pink Mystify has been holding on to that tac visor in his pocket for about 2 minutes 45 seconds. You had a full 6-pack. I think at that point you have to just go balls to the wall, bang a gong, get it on, let's go, just rush the point. Don't try to fancy foot it. Don't try to twinkle toe into the point. Get in there, swing your hammer, throw your grab, do whatever you got to do. Drop all 6 and see what happens when you come out on the other side, because you had time. You had about 1 minute 45 seconds with all 6 ultimates, and you led with a failed pulse bomb, and then you just kind of stood back. And once again, it's what we were talking about in the pregame, is what we talked about between the maps, is that there is a lack of lethal aggression, is what I want to call it, coming from experienced Dankuility. If one ultimate doesn't work, they all just pulled back instead of following it up and trying to press the advantage, because even though it didn't secure a kill, that first pulse bomb from Sibzor actually knocked a couple people down to half. You could have popped the Coalescence, you could have popped a Shatter, you could have popped the tac visor to take that out of people. I mean, there was a lot you could have done. Man, wasted opportunity there for experienced Dankuility, and I feel so bad for them, because they had all the pieces there to go. On the other side, though, Apollo, brick wall. 2 words. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, certainly cannot take anything away from Apollo there on that defense. Looking super strong. All right, now they're going on the offense, but they've got to deal with Sibzor right out of the gate, as he's taking a nice little hiding spot and trying to put some early pressure down, build it up a little bit towards that pulse bomb, but so far no kills coming through. Not Gold. Flopping over to that Genji and Panini onto the far here for the attacking team of Apollo. I like this interesting choice on their DPS, as they're going to look to put some pressure down onto that high platform. Those rockets already raining down onto the front line of Dankuility.
Yeah, you've got the 2-prong attack here coming from Apollo. It's going to wreak havoc on them. There's no way right now. Not with a Fair Mercy and then the main bulk of the team on the right side here.
Well, we'll see if Pink Mystify can keep that far at bay. So far, Concussion Blast knocking him out of position. Don't know if he can get back. Okay, he's going to get back up there. Oh, and then just runs into a hammer from Inmate. Pink Mystify, just when he thought he got back at a good spot, there's a big hammer in the face. And it looks like Apollo are going to get this thing picked up. 1 tick on the board already coming up on that second. They're going to take out Sibzor. The only hope is stall for the defense. And Apollo with a point on the board and ability to snowball.
Yeah, and Inmate on the Reinhardt here. He is absolutely laying waste with his hammer. There is no lack of aggression coming from him. I think they're just going to try and snowball this one in.
Yeah, they certainly have the tools in the bank to do it. Nice fire strike to open things up. Wow, what a well-placed fire strike. That is going to get the res off. Defense back at a 6-man roster here, but they don't have that utility anymore. Sibzor in the backline trying to put some pressure down. Graviton Surge comes out from the offense. Finds just the Reinhardt, but that could be enough. Panini coming up with a big pick onto the Tracer as well. 2-man advantage coming in. Looks like they might try to go for the res. No, res not available here for the defense. Mercy whittled down super low as the offense gets the res onto their far. Inmate comes with a pick. 2 kill coming through with the damage orb from Veritasium. And this is Apollo smelling victory. Looking for this clean sweep right here. They are just moments away from the 3-0, and they have got it. A Tipple Anubis going their way. Go ahead.
Veritasium coming out and just laying waste behind her Reinhardt. Man, Here it comes right here. This is one of the biggest plays I saw here. Was actually Moira here. Oh, man. The healing, the damage, the skill orb.
Oh, fantastic stuff. The support line of Apollo really doing a great job here today. A big reason why they take this thing cleanly with a 3-0 sweep over Dankuility here.
Now we do play the fourth map as in OWL's rules and now CGL's rules. We will play the fourth map for map points, but we've already got a match win here for Apollo here in week 1 of the multi-tier tournament. And we will be with you back here in just a moment.
Headed into map 4. So far, Apollo up 3-0 as they're managed to handle this team cleanly. What can Dankuility do to bounce back here and put that elusive point on the board here as we're heading into Junkertown?
Experienced Dankuility is showing signs of absolute brilliance at times, and then sometimes you kind of get the head scratch. Let's see. We're getting, and as we're doing this, I'm also talking between the teams, and I'm going to be putting some swaps in, or some swaps of roles, as people need to know. You can swap roles and swap people in between maps, just not mid-map, and not between like a first point or a first map if there's multiple points on the map, or multiple maps for the map. So they're asking a lot of rules right now. Can we swap a player from, say, support to DPS or vice versa? So I'm going to go ahead and...
As long as you're between maps, that's acceptable.
Yes.
You did mention some swaps coming through?
Yes, so Fire Owl's going to go to support. He or she was the bench rider for the first 3 maps. So now he or she has come into the support role. Arachne's going to go to the DPS role, and Panini's going to go to tank. For the side of Experienced Dankuility, we're going to have Charismatic go to tank, and Pro V is going to move to the support line.
Very good, very good. So doing a little bit of swaps, seeing if this might be the adaptation that pushes it in. Again, very first match here in the multi-tier tournament.
Looking at it, I want to see snipers. I think snipers and long-range comps right here are what can make or break a team here on Junkertown. The ability to deny space, not only from a tank standpoint, from a DPS standpoint as well. We have seen Panini go onto that Pharah so far in our matches, both being Tuesday and tonight. So, the ability to kind of play at range is one of the hallmarks of Junkertown. The ability to either pull out a sniper that can click heads, or a Pharah that can deny the space, deny the payload, or deny people coming to the payload, is one of those things that you want to see a team be able to do. I've seen dive. We've seen dive come out. We've seen, I believe, we've seen classic dive. We've seen a metal dive with a Winston and a Hammond. We've also seen what else have we seen? We've seen a pirate ship.
Oh yeah,
pirate ship, both defensively and offensively. So it all depends. But if Showstopper right now, they're going to be on the offense right now. If he pulls that, and he has pulled out the Zarya so far. So, seeing him come out on the Zarya, you're looking at the grab blade combo.
Absolutely, and Showstopper has put up some work already, but it is going to be the defense. Psychotic finding first blood, winning the duel against the counterpart Reinhardt there for Dankuility on the side of the defense. Rez does come through, and Arachne comes up with first blood. We are getting that Widowmaker you were talking about, and finds the kill to start things off. Now, I believe they're going to go push us forward. Early Coalescence coming out. Frenchie getting that thing up super fast. It was like a 30-second Coalescence coming out of the defense. Psychotic takes down Panini once again. Twice in one engagement, winning that Reinhardt duel. Follows it up with a good kill onto Arachne. And it looks like Dankuility are going to hold and start us off here in Junkertown.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was massive aggression coming from Experienced Dankuility. They have a very close range comp, even though I was talking about long range as it were. Sibzor coming out on the Symmetra. Symmetra's putting some work in right now. It already got the Photon Barrier. Big shatter coming out from Panini. Picks up 3.
Yeah, they throw the Graviton Surge in with it as well. They might want that one back, but nevertheless, kill feed lighting up red here for Apollo as they're looking to push this thing, get some progress started. Now they're going to go ahead and just clean up the remaining kills, get a little bit of stagger going. Oh, and a late sound barrier coming in from them as well. So 2 ultimates Apollo might want back here as they're looking and pushing the back of point A.
If you look at it, I mean, he got that, I mean, relatively quickly, Fire Owl did. And, you know, this is the sub coming in. Maybe he's one of the newer players here for the Apollo team. Maybe it's a little bit of a first game jitters for him. So, you know, you might want that bot, but, you know, not go right now. Investing that Dragon Blade, oh, man.
It was Genji Blade versus Coalescence, and it looked to be a draw there in the hallway. But point on the board as the payload runs across that finish line, and they're going to open those doors, get a new spawn, see if they can get things started here on point B. We do get Charismatic going down early. Showstopper able to find that first pick as the Zarya is getting hyper-aggressive here. 80 charge and looking to the back line. We're going to get a charge coming out from the Reinhardt on the other side. Nice bubble there to keep Panini alive, and he finds that pick. But Showstopper and Veritasium go down as it looks like the defense able to counterpunch back, but Frenchie caught in an awkward position. We'll see if this defense can regroup here, as it's a weird 3v4 here on the objective.
Oh, you want that photon barrier back from Sibzor. Oh, my Lord. That was a panic ult if I've ever seen one. Charismatic stuck in the back line here, taking out Arachne, trying to prevent the head clicking from them.
Well, we're going to get Graviton Surge coming out on the side of the offense. Transcendence there. Provi able to keep his team back in this, as it looks like Dankuility are going to regroup on the back of that, drop a Deadeye in the mix, and find a kill and try to reclaim street space here. They're putting the aggression right back down onto Apollo, putting some damage down on Not Gold. He's able to escape around the corner, but I think Dankuility have made their mark and at least let Apollo know they're not going down without a fight.
Absolutely, and you know, Sibzor was trying there to aggress onto APL Showstopper, and Not Gold on the trusty Genji just says, nope, you're going to get fried.
Now we're going to get a Primal Rage to open things up here for the defense. And Panini countering back with an Earth Shatter, dropping 2. Provi goes down, Charismatic goes down, and they're going to push onto the back of that, find the kill onto Psychotic, and 3 kills quickly light up the feed, and Apollo with doubling the amount of reinforcements left on this objective are in full control here on the back of streets. Now they're just going to put the pressure on these doors, see if they can get that second point on the board.
Once again, it's Veritasium on the Moira, absolutely laying waste with not only her orbs, but her healing and the ability to keep her team up throughout the aggression that is coming through. She is just laying into people right now. I got to give massive props to the young lady from Apollo. Big moves coming from her.
Last second contest coming from Charismatic on the Winston. They're able to get with just over a meter left to go, but the blade comes out. I think he went through 3 members of Dankuility with one swipe of the sword there. Slicing and dicing and making short work of the defense here. Not Gold on that Genji.
You know, and this may date me even more than I already am, but that looked like a Ginsu knife going through a tomato. 3 members of Dankuility going down clean as you like. Sit down, go back to spawn, have a nice day.
That sword was sharp, and so are the skills here of Not Gold, as that payload is moving forward in 6th gear, not being slowed in the slightest. The defense trying to regain their composure here on the back of the spinner. They're going to go in through an Earthshatter in the mix. Earthshatter finds 4. Landed solid. Counterpunch from the Dragons on the other side. But the aggression from Dankuility proven true. 1 kill line of it. Charismatic traded out. They do find the kill onto the Lucio here for the defense. Moore's going to drop a Coalescence and counterpunch back here for Apollo as they're trying to regain their space here on this objective. Pink Mystify comes with a nice big pick, taking down the Hanzo, and now Tranquility coming out on the side of Dankuility. They are experiencing a little bit of a victory here as they have run off the members of Apollo, and they live to fight another day.
Yeah, they fought off 3 ultimates there, and they just, I think they finally set their feet and said, you shall not pass! You shall not pass!
Well, Apollo will be coming back in with an Earthshatter close to a blade. Oh, and Panini! Panini gets taken out. What a great play coming out of Proby on the Zenyatta. Picking off that Reinhardt before you can even use that Earthshatter, and it is back to the drawing board with just 1 kill. Now, it looks like Apollo are going to hang out around this door. That might be ill-advised as Charismatic sees the opportunity and moves in. Finds himself one kill, drops the Primal Rage, and it has got the members of Apollo caught into this small hallway. Looking to put his attention on to Not Gold, who's built up so close towards that Dragon Blade. But he's discorded and he's hurting. Oh, but Apollo, they're going to keep their Cyber Ninja alive. Put their focus onto Charismatic on that Winston, and he goes down. Now it's a one-man advantage here for the offense, and here comes that Dragon Blade. Jumping into the back line. We're going to get an Earthshatter coming out, but Not Gold, not affected as the Blade it once again goes swinging through the defense and finding those kills on a Dankuility. Just a little over $1.50 left on the clock, and Apollo once again in full control here on the offense.
You know, and that is absolute massive aggression. They just walked through the photon barrier from ChefBilly and just said, "You are not going to do this to me. I am going to go through this." Kind of a weird grab there from Showstopper.
Yeah, a little bit of a, we'll call that a fat finger grab. No one caught in that. And they certainly can't underestimate their opponents here on the back. This is not the time for that. Pink Mystify coming up with an early pick to prove it. As it's a 5v5 here on the objective. Goes in for the kill under Arachne, but a nice Storm Arrow finds the dome of Pink Mystify. He goes down. Arachne not done. Finds himself one more before finally getting taken out by the Sim turrets. But now the reinforcements dwindling here for the attacking team. We did get an Earthshatter coming out from Panini, and he's able to find 2 kills on the back of that. And they have pushed this thing home. 40 seconds on the clock, 3 points on the board here for Apollo.
Man, the support line of both sides right now are putting up massive numbers of healing. Veritaserum on the Moira for Apollo. I've got to say, she's got to be close to 15k healing right now, if not more. With the combination of Coalescence, she's not using it necessarily as a killing beam. She's using it more as a healing beam as they are going through these massive team fights. Also, Provi on the other side, working the Zenyatta, the Omnic Monk, coming through with a lot of Transcendence healing, a lot of Discords. The Discords right now seem to be making a huge difference when they are going in and focusing down targets against their aggressors. You want to see if they're going to come out on it again. It looks so far as if they are. There's quite a few large antis coming from Frenchie, who on the Ana. I was very impressed with the amount of antis that were actually landing into the line of Apollo. But coming out, looking at the offense that's coming out right now, I see a little bit of a pirate ship.
Yeah, we are getting a little bit of hints at that. We'll see if it stands. Charismatic going to go ahead and stick with the Winston from what they're showing us so far. Apollo going on the defense, showing us some Ryan Diva here. And they're pulling out the Reaper. We're going to see our shotgun hero for the first time here in our matchup tonight, with Arachne going on to the McCree, sitting back on the high ground, looking for some early picks.
I would absolutely put out either the Hanzo or the Widowmaker here on the first defense, because you have such long sight lines. So Arachne taking out his counterpart in Pink Mystify already, but Sibzor laying waste with the oh my gosh, the Bastion.
Yeah,
that's the word.
That's the hero.
That's the hero.
And Bastion able to pick up 2 big picks. He does go down, but they find the res, and he's back in battle and continues his onslaught as Dankuility coming out swinging for the fences, and they have found themselves some momentum and pushing through point A here, riding it. We'll see if they can get that first point on the board. We should have time for a recontest from the defense.
Absolutely, and you know, no ultimates online as of yet. Showstopper going back over off of the Diva onto the Zarya for that bubble ability to kind of keep her tank or whoever she needs to keep up and get that all-important charge to go in the back line. Oh, that might 1.03 meters contesting here before they go. Yeah.
They sacrificed both of their tanks, though, before they were able to even get to the range to contest. So it's going to be short work and clean up from there. Sibzor ready for him on that Bastion. They do eventually get that point on the board. Plenty of time on the clock here for Dankuility.
I mean, 5 minutes and 10 seconds is what they captured that point with. Charismatic did pop his Primal Rage, I guess, mainly to keep the people off the point so they could go ahead and secure that first point, because he did get that Primal Rage pretty darn quick. So, you know, big kudos to them. Big show of strength coming out from Experienced Dankuility, saying we are not done just because the game is over. We are not done yet.
Oh, Charismatic leaping up there to the Reaper. I was wondering what he was doing. Like, man, that's your counter, man. Be careful. But Simzor there to keep him alive. Takes that Reaper out. Now Charismatic turns his attention to the flankers who are trying to drop into the back line behind him. The McCree dealt with. The Moira forced to fade out and try to run for her life. Meanwhile, on the front line, Showstopper does come up with a big pick, taking down Psychotic, and Provi drops as well after using that Transcendence. And I think that might be a bit ill-advised, as Apollo able to win that fight despite the Transcendence and the Valkyrie coming out on the side of Dankuility. And look at this. They still have that Death Blossom. They still have that Deadeye in their pocket on the side of the defense.
Absolutely. And Veritasium just popped her Coalescence not about 30 seconds ago, and she's already halfway to another one. Firewall, on the other hand, has an all-important beat drop ready to go. The sound barrier from the Brazilian is going to be something big going into the Shatter and Tank configuration. Here he comes, Simzor going down the line from the high ground, trying to swing around and get onto the backside of them, and nothing coming. Oh, there's a kill. There is one kill.
Very last shot manages to find the kill onto the Lucio, but they trade their Zenyatta for it, and here comes that Death Blossom right on the objective, combined with that Graviton Surge. And not gold. Not gold. I don't know what you're talking about. That was nothing but gold. You need to change your name, my friend. That was gorgeous.
That was pure gold from not gold. Waiting out that tank configuration. Even with the damage boost, Simzor only coming up with one out of that ultimate. Kind of a head scratcher. I think they may have popped it a bit too early, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to get Primal Rage coming out of Charismatic. Earthshatter there in response, and the Angry Monkey is laid flat on his back and now sent back to spawn as the aggression coming through from Apollo, chasing down the members of Dankuility here in this tiny hallway. Panini's like, I have a hammer that's just the perfect size for this hallway. Please, why don't you come and see it? No.
And see it, they did.
They did. It was a ticket right back to spawn there for Dankuility, but they're wasting no time jumping right back into this thing. Charismatic going to go ahead and try to dive onto the front line, just buy himself a little space. And that's going to allow Dankuility to get onto this point and see if they can get the rest of their members in place as they look to push around the second corner here in Street Space.
Not gold going on a sneaky in the back line there.
No ultimates on the board for the offenses. They're looking to come in here. Not gold gets taken out. Simzor was there waiting for him. Meanwhile, on the front line, Showstopper pushing through the aggression on that Zarya. Got himself a Graviton Surge built up. Does eventually go down to Psychotic, but able to pick up the important kill onto that Bastion. And, of course, without that extra damage, this offense is going to struggle.
Yeah, Veritasium actually has swapped off her trusty Moira and gone on to the Mercy, getting a crucial res onto APL Showstopper and able to put a bubble onto Panini, keeping him up, keeping him alive, allowing the resources to come back through and keep him up and securing the kill onto his counterpart Psychotic with the Shatter in his pocket.
Simzor dropping another tank configuration into the mix. Once again, picks up an early pick. Pink Mystify coming up with one this time as well. Tac Visor online and ready to go, but he's got to get past this Reaper in the backline. No, the Reaper wins the duel, and you got to be careful. Not gold. He's going to be coming back with this Death Blossom ready to go. Oh, he's got a nice flank onto the Bastion. Bastion goes down. Earthshatter coming through, though, from the side of the offense, and Psychotic able to pick up a big pick and then shields himself from that Death Blossom, but the Death Blossom found both of the healers. 2v2 left on the objective, and Arachne comes up with a big pick on the Psychotic. And it looks like throughout this dwindling and long engagement, the defense of Apollo holding strong. 60 seconds on the clock for the offense.
Absolutely not gold showing any kind of fear right now into that Winston, right? He's been fading in and out, just giving fits to this Charismatic, and there goes Charismatic down again, even though experienced Dankuility coming back with two of their own, and then Arachne and Stoppa taking out their aggressors. It's a 4v4 right now.
Yeah, we need to get a nice reset out of Dankuility here if they want any hope of finding success here. They've got 30 seconds to do it. They have one ultimate in the bank and nothing else even close.
Yeah, and you've got the Deadeye from Arachne right now available. He's got to get in a position to drop that hammer down and let them have it.
An early sleep dart onto Arachne. Could be just a ticket. Might be able to catch her out of place, but she's going to go ahead and drop Valkyrie and get out of there. Pink Mystify is going to run in and drop the Tac Visor with a nice flank coming up from underneath. Finds himself a kill before finally getting taken out by Not Gold. But have Dankuility done it? Throughout this very scattered engagement, it seems that they're able to win their duels in separate parts. Provi coming with a couple of key picks during that engagement, with including one on the back end there onto the Reaper. And I think they might be able to squeak by here and get the second point on the board. They do indeed.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a minute 30 right now on the clock. the biggest thing for Dankuility right now is getting it to the end, trying to get it into that overtime period, because you never know what's going to happen in the overtime period. Sibzor getting his pulse bomb onto Panini, taking him down very low, and then ending up cleaning up that kill onto Panini. Charismatic moving forward and taking care of Not Arachne. They got them on the ropes right now. They are moving this payload with a lot of speed.
Sibzor on this Tracer. Runs in and pretty much single-handedly takes out 3. Reinforcements show up for him and help him with that 3rd kill, but he has made the defense just scramble to try to get their feet planted again. Doing a great job of buying a lot of room for his team to get this thing around to the 2nd point. Now we've got Not Gold with this Death Blossom online. Provy's still 15% away from that Transcendence, and here comes the Death Blossom into the back line. Frenchie tries to throw a nade in the mix, but it's not enough. Not Gold did get antied, but manages to escape with 37 health, 4 kills light up the feed. And this might be one last attempt here for Dankuility if they can get their act together in time.
Yeah, and you've got a couple of ultimates online ready to go for experienced Dankuility. I'm rooting for them. Sibzor does pick up a kill onto the Moira with his pulse bomb. 6v5 situation here. We've got 2 ultimates in line. 9 seconds to go. You got to get there, boys. Got to get there, boys.
Somebody's got to touch. 2 support ultimates online and ready to go. We're here for the attacking team. They have the tools to make this happen. I suspect we're going to get a nano boost and Earth Shatter right on cue, and it finds 2 with that. But the sound barrier's there. Fire with a great play. Able to keep his team alive. No casualties in the result of that combo coming out of the offense. Now Coalescence coming out on the side of Apollo as they're looking to hold this thing off and win this thing right here and now. Arachne comes with a big pick. The monkey is down. Psychotic trying his best, but eventually falls to the shotguns from Not Gold. And Apollo, they can see the 4-0 victory in their sights as it approaches closer. The overtime wick burns down, and Junkertown going to Apollo, the 4-0 clean sweep here today. Woo!
Whew! Indeed. That was an absolutely frantic last 90 seconds of this match. Stellar plays coming from both again. Here comes Veritasium as the POTG. Once again, the Coalescence not only healing, but just absolutely melting the members of Experienced Dankuility again. You want to have that back in your pocket. Oh my goodness. I thought they had the pieces there to put a point on the board, make it a 3-1 if they could get it into the overtime, but not to be this time. Apollo, 4-0 in their opening week, their opener here in the season. Make sure that everybody out there understands that was not a walkover. Apollo did have to try, and it showed on the maps. So good games to both squads, Veritasium and Charismatic. Big love to both of you. I will be seeing both of you here in the near future on the match field. I welcome it. I'm ready for it. I look forward to it. But also I want to reiterate the amount of class from both sides with the situation that we had on Tuesday. Big love to both you guys. Thanks for letting us come back and being here. And it was a pleasure to come back and cast this match for you guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely was. Well, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Big shout out and thank you to all your friendly faces out there. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Supporting some console Overwatch absolutely means the world. Had some follows coming through during the stream. I really appreciate all that. Huge stuff. Just keeps the wind in our sails here in production. Big shout out, thank you to our teams, and like you said, big props on the sportsmanship coming out from both of these sides here, dealing with the sick child that was there on the side of Dankuility, and I hope that family is doing well. Well, y'all have a good night out there, my friends. We do have some more Overwatch action coming at you this weekend, so y'all keep an eye out. Do have my calendar there at the bottom of the stream, but just to let you know, tomorrow night we'll have some Tier 3 action from KIA and D9 Contenders. So we'll have that one starting at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then on Saturday, Billy and I will be bringing you a Title versus Tribulation, also in that Tier 3 division. And then on Sunday, we'll be back here with another Tier 4 matchup. Danny DeFito taking on Alium in what's sure to be a preview of a potential playoff matchup. I mean, these are going to be 2 of the best teams here going at it. I'll be really looking forward to that one as well. And I look forward to seeing all of your friendly faces there. Billy, thanks for joining me as always. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, absolute love to all you guys. I love you guys. Thanks for all the love from the community and out there in chat and in the community at large. We do this for you. That Absolutely. Is something that we both believe, but we do this for you. We do this for the community. So follow us if you like us. Love you. And we will see you very soon here for the CGL multi-tiered tournament. Once again, Apollo 4-0 over experienced Dankuility in Tier 2. And Bull,
Yep.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. Y'all remember to wash your hands out there. Let's flatline this thing. Look out for each other in game and out. And we will see you next time. Have a great night, everybody.